Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to make sure I gave myself enough time to squeeze in a quick recap of last night's Assiniboia Downs and an analysis of tonight's card. Before 8 o'clock Eastern, I have a fantasy draft tonight, NFL, so I wanted to be able to give myself enough time where I'm not rushing too much through this. What I wanted to do really is focus on how well, looking at the back class did in tangent or in conjunction with the rest of the grid to determine placement or winners. And I said yesterday that what I wanted to do was I wanted to not only focus on when I show the winners where they showed up here on the grid, but also did they show up in our horses that we had identified for back class. And then I did the same thing for tonight with the exception of the last two races because again I was running out of time and I wanted to make sure I got this video in. Race 2 yesterday, if you remember, we didn't play race number 1. Race number 2, we had 4-6-2-1 on the matrix side, 6-4-2-7 on the overall side. It did come out 6-4-1-3, so we had the top two nailed on both sides. The 6 horse won the race. The 6 indeed was one of the back class horses identified. He was given 3 class points, and I will go over, if I find validity to this, I'm gonna add these class grids eventually to the thorough capping, the main grid, as one tab, but I don't want to do that too soon. I will show you what I'm doing to come up with these points right now, but I want to make sure I test this a little bit more. The 6 paid 440, 6-4-1-3. The matrix side had both the exacta and the trifecta, and the overall side had just the exacta. The overall side left the 1 out, where we included the 1 over here for the final fraction. Race number 3, we had 6-2-4-3, matrix grid side, 6-2-4-3, same thing. The 2 actually won the race. Okay, the 2 did not appear in the back class chart. And the 2 went off at 3-1 and paid $8. Okay, so 2-4-7-1 was the final. Was the final 4, top 4, and we had the 2-4 right in the middle, and the 6 just didn't run a race. And the 6 showed up really well on the matrix side, but just didn't run a race. And he was actually our top point getter over here. Moving on to the 4th, we have 5-3-6-2, 7-3-5-1. The 5 horse did win the race. Okay, so he did show up in the back class. Paid $9.50, 5-7-3-2. The overall side of the grid would have had that exacta and try, again, depending how you played it now. But if you would have played your top 2 overall 4, you get the try and the exacta. It was a $9.50 winner on the 5. Actually, you wouldn't have had the try if you would have played it that way. I'm sorry. I was thinking the 7 horse won the race. You would have had to play some sort of consensus between the 2 in order to have that 7 in the mix for second. Okay, race number 5. 1792, 1793. The 9 horse did win the race at 5-2, paid $7.40. The 9 horse does show up in the back class category with 3 points. So right now, what this is telling me is I don't know how much the point system is doing for me, but at the same time identifying who is showing the factors of backlash. Right now, out of 4 races, we have 3 of 4 winners in that. Okay, if you want to reach into the exacta, we had a 6-4. The 6-4 did show up actually the try did too, 6-4-1. So the 6-4-1 was caught right within these 4 here. The 2-4-7-1. Okay, we missed the 2, so we didn't have that one. Race number 3, the horses were 1-2-5-6. It came out 5-7-3-2. So the back class did not capture the exacta, just the winner. Over here, 9-5-3-7, 9-5-3-7. All 4 were in the 5 horses that were identified out of the 9 that ran. Race number 6, 2614 on both sides. It came out, the 2 did win the race. Okay, the 2 was a standout for us. I did not put down, I forgot to put down the, but the horse went off as a favorite in that race. I do remember that. But it came out 2816. We didn't have the 8. Race number 7, I was alive in a pick 5. It was a cheap ticket too. And I got knocked out. I got 4 of 5 because we had the 9 horse win this next race, paying 164.40. Went off at 80 to 1 or 81 to 1. Something crazy like that. And then I came back in the last race and I had the 8 horse. We had 1-8-10-6, 1-10-8-4. The 8 did win the race, paying 23.40. Okay, so right now it's still not enough for me to say that, you know, and what I'm doing is, like I said before, I'm looking to maybe potentially use this backlass, these backlass factors as ways to eliminate or keep contenders. So, for example, this race, once I did my backlass during my qualitative analysis, the 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9 would be the only horses that I would identify. But I don't want to get that far yet if I don't find that the percentage, the success rate is high enough, because I do not want to start eliminating horses that could potentially either win a race or come in second or third and pay nice in the exotics, because I do like to play the verticals. Now let's look at today. Tonight, on the matrix side of the grid, race 2. Race 1 I'm not playing. I just don't like that race. There's only 6 horses. It's a 7.5 furlong race, and there's too many horses coming out of 5.5 furlong races. Just crazy. Not worth handicapping as far as I was concerned. But the race 2, I have 4-1-5-2 on the matrix side of the grid. Okay, the 4 and the 1 being standouts. But when I factor in the qualitative points, we have a 1-2-4-3 as the overall. So we have a consensus here of a 4-1 and a 2, where the 5 and the 3 being the odd ones out over here. When we look at the class, back class, we do have the 1, 4, and 5. Have won races either at this level or better, or have run in within 3 lengths of the leader and come in second or third at this level. That's what I'm using to identify these horses over here. Race number 3, 1-7-4-6. A lot going on the matrix side. 1-7-4-6, 4-1-3-6 on this side, with the top point getter being the 4, and 3-4-6 being the back class qualifiers. Okay, race number 4. Race number 4, I have a agreement on both sides. 8-3-6-1. 8-3-6-1. If I remember correctly, we're getting a good price on that 8, I think, if this is the right race. One of these races where we have the 8 on top, it might be this 7th race here. The 7th race here, we're looking at, I think, a 12 to 1 morning line on this 8 horse. But you guys can do that research yourself. 8-3-6-1, 8-3-6-1. We do have 6 horses that qualify in the back class category. 8 coming up with the most points. Again, depending on how valid this point system that I'm using right now is. But right now I'm kind of mainly focusing on how many of the top 3 are actually showing up in the back class qualifiers. Okay, race number 5. Race number 5, we have 7-4-1-5 on the matrix side, and 7-4-5-1, flip the 1 and the 5 over on this side in the overall side. And we also have, again, 7 horses qualifying. And the reason why we have so many here is because these races, they're either they're maiden races actually. Okay, this is a maiden 5,000 or a maiden 7,500. And what I did was I took any horse that finished in 3rd or better. Well, obviously it's going to be either 3rd or 2nd, or even in 4th if it was out by like a length or a half. And I made it a contender based on the current class, or back class, I should say, not current class, but back class based at this level. If it did run at a higher level, so for example, if it ran out of 15,000 claiming, and it met the qualifying standards, such as finishing second or third, he got additional points. But again, on another video, once I get a little more confidence in this, I'll show you how I'm ranking the points and giving the points out here. We do have the 4 and the 7 standing out at 17, 15, and actually the 3 horse at 12. The 4 and the 7 are our top plays with no sign of a 3 anywhere on the grid. The 7 is a standout on the matrix side, and not much going on over on the qualitative side. Race number 6, we have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Again, both sides of the grid are in agreement. The 5 horse, though, however, is not showing up in the back class category, but he is showing up a ton here on the matrix side, so that should be an interesting one right there. Race number 7. The love is spread around over here on this side of the grid, as you can see. A lot of color, but I did come down to 8, 1, 7, and I couldn't separate 4 and the 9. Okay, I had to separate the 4 horse and the 9 horse. And I even looked at use the ratings on this side, and it was still too close. But when I went over to this side, we have an 8, 9, 7, 4 ranking. And these 2 races, I did not do the back class. Because, again, I wanted to give myself enough time to do this video and get myself ready for my draft. And race number 8, we have 1, 3, 8, 7. And we have no 1 showing up on this side. Okay, so I did favor the target horse, the 1, even though he's a co-target with the 10. And then we also have every category he's showing up as second or close second. So we have a 1, 3, 8, 7 on the matrix side, and we have an 8, 7, 10, 1 on the qualitative overall side. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these grids, I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them in the Discord for those of you that are in the Discord right now. If you're not, the link is, you can find the link right in the comment section below, and you can join and follow along. I'm also going to, if I have time, I'm going to put an overall grid, summary grid for every race with my top plays, A, B, C, and so forth. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.